You know, I have on my Wonder Woman shirt, and everybody's talking about Wonder Woman and all that stuff. Well, I have an actual Wonder Woman sister girl in the building today. You may have seen her on the court a couple of times playing for UConn back in the day. You may have seen her doing her thing on the court for the New York Liberty, and now she's doing stuff for the New York Liberty, but in a different way. We'll find out about it. Please welcome Miss Swing Cash.
Thank you.
How
so
are
sweet.
you?
Well, you know I love your shirt. I told you that when you came in.
Thank you.
All about it. Women power. I'm doing well. I'm doing well.
Wonderful. You look so fabulous.
Thank you, thank you. It's getting a little tougher trying to find clothes that actually fit over my baby bump, but I'm doing well. I'm excited.
So talk to us about what brings you here today with the New York Liberty. Now we know you were named Director of Franchise Development.
Yeah.
Talk to us about that.
Well, it's exciting. Last year I decided to retire from the WNBA, and after playing for 15 years, I had been already laying a foundation down to move into television and do other things and be an entrepreneur. And all of a sudden, the president for the New York Liberty, Isaiah Thomas, came to me. He was like, look, you know, I want you to think about having an opportunity to come into the front office. You bring so much to our organization. And he just started planting those seeds. And I told him after the season, I just needed a little break and I wanted to think about it. But in January, I signed on and I've been in the front office. And part of what my job is, it's the first of its kind in the NBA or WNBA.
Oh, really?
Yes. And so what I do, I'm a hybrid. So I work on the basketball side and also the business side. And so a lot of times in our sports, professional sports, you only work on either side. You don't really get that crossover, but I'm in meetings on both sides. I'm enjoying it, really helping the players and trying to move our organization forward.
So what are some of the ideas that you're bringing to the table to get more exposure for the WNBA?
Well, first thing I wanted to do is just to do things internally a little bit differently. A lot of times for players, you come into a season, the franchise has already developed what they want to do all year long. You don't have a lot of input. They just kind of plug you in where they think you may fit. And so I really started taking the time to do the research ahead of time. I wanted to know what are the players' passion points, and I wanted to work with them to create a platform where we could basically partner with organizations that they're really passionate about. And
Love it.
Yeah. And so we really launched that on May 10th. The players loved it. We were out in the boroughs. We covered pretty much the tri-state.
Nice.
And so that's one of the things that I've been working on. And then also we have a few other things coming up, Deja, I think you're really going to enjoy.
Yes.
Yes. So of course, you know, it's Pride Month. And so on the 23rd, we're going to have our Pride game, 7:30. Make sure you are there at the Garden. You got to be there. Come on now. I got to be there. But also, we're going to be in the Pride Parade this year, our own float, the New York Liberty float. And let me tell you, it is special. Our players are going to be out. Our coaches are going to be out. And we're just really celebrating the diversity and inclusion that we have within the WNBA.
Absolutely.
And so we're doing that for June. And then stay with us because later in August, and I'm sure you probably have not, you saw last year, our players taking a stance for social injustice and other things. Well, we're bringing that to our fans now. So on August 20th, we're going to have a unity game. And with the Minnesota Lynx, we're going to be at the Garden playing at 7 p.m. And we want people to come out. We're going to have people on the concourse. We're going to be giving you panel discussions, bringing out different diversity opinions of how we can attack this issue on social injustice.
Girl, you've been busy.
Busy.
You have been busy. All right, so let's backtrack a little bit because for those who may have seen your career progress, they may not know some of the inside scoop and everything. Talk to us about when you, let's take it back back in the day when you were just a little girl and you started playing ball. How old were you when you first really got involved in basketball?
You know what? It's crazy because when I was younger, I still remember have the fondest memories of playing with the guys. And we didn't have much money. I lived in the projects, McKeesport, Harrison Village, shout out, love my hometown. But we would cut out the bottom of the crates, flip it over, and be able to play basketball on the garbage cans. So I was around like 8 or 9 at the time. And then my mom really got me involved in organized sports. And she was like adamant that I played sports to keep me busy and focus on my education.
Because your mom played basketball too.
Yeah, my mom played ball, but my mom, she passed on a scholarship to go to college because she had me young. And so she went to a community college. She's been successful. She actually works for McKeesport Housing Authority, but she really was able to live out her dreams through me. And so that's why I just go so hard, because I just feel that that love of her bringing and giving me life, and then us kind of forging through, and I'm here today.
I love it. So going into your college era, you were a championship with UConn, a championship winner. How does that look now when you see these young players? What kind of things do you see, and what do you see from the people who are breaking out and doing what you are doing, or set the path for them to do?
Well, I'm so happy. This year is the 45th anniversary of Title IX. If you don't know what Title IX is, go out there, Google, Bing, whatever you need to do to figure out what it is. But because of that law passing, it gave me the opportunity to get a full scholarship to college.
Wow.
And so right now, what I'm doing, I'm really passionate about, and that's what the New York Liberty is, helping our players not only be successful on the court, but also to figure out what's their passion off the court. Do you want to become businesswomen? Do we have sponsors or partners we can connect you with? How can you have a voice in the community? You have this platform. I had it for 15 years.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of folks don't take advantage of the platforms they have while they have the spotlight right there. You got to step on up and do it. I love the fact that you all are helping them streamline that.
Yes, absolutely. And that's part of what I always wished that I had more of when I played. And so when Isaiah came to me and we were talking about what's this role going to look like, I knew that was an area, was a sweet spot that I wanted to make sure I helped younger players come along in this game. And for me, that's a way of giving back. So many people gave to me throughout my career, and now it's like, how can I help them take it to the next level?
Have you ever thought about doing coaching down the line?
I always get asked that. It's so crazy. Sometimes I'll get that itch to want to be out there on the court, but I feel like there's more to the teaching aspect off the court, and we're trying to make sure we're helping to embolden these young women that can be successful in the world. And that's where the change for me really happens, and really makes me feel good. You want to get up in the morning, you feel great about something. I've been doing basketball for a long time. I'm still around it. But when I see one of our players be able to accomplish their dreams, or be able to start a business, or to make that connection and say, wow, I now have a mentor that can help me.
Right.
That's when I'm feeling great and feeling good.
All right. So they've come close to going to the finals in the last couple years or whatever. What are we looking like for this season? Break it down for me, because I'm someone who doesn't totally know basketball. So I just know, yay.
Well, it's good, because I talk to some of your staff around here and the people working with you, and there's some Liberty fans in the building.
Shouts out to Kathy.
Yes, Kathy. So right now for us, obviously we have star player. If you don't know about Tina Charles, another player you have to look up. From Queens, New York, won 2 Olympic gold medals, played at UConn, won championships. We also have Epiphany Prince, Brooklyn, one of Brooklyn's finest. Obviously, the Rose Classic and other ones were named after her for her playing days. But we have some special players. Sugar Rogers, another one. We're just all about making sure that we can grow this team. We lost veteran players last year, so we're looking for our younger players to really bring that leadership. But they're exciting. I mean, you come and watch our games, we're getting up and down the court. Our fans are cheering, going crazy. It's a fun atmosphere at the Garden. That's really truly about, is make sure we get to the playoffs and then push for a championship every year.
Love it. So when you see the newer players come in, do you kind of guide them, and how do you help them avoid some of those pitfalls? Because do they get caught up with the celebrity and everything too? We see a lot of the stuff in the NBA, but we don't really hear as many stories about the WNBA players.
Well, the one thing about our players is I feel they're very accessible. They understand that the WNBA is still 21 years young, and so it's still growing, and we need to make sure that our fans connect with us. So they're very humble players, where they want to get out there in the community, but at the same time, it's New York City. Come on. I mean, we want them to experience the vibe, the life, the energy that comes from the city. But I think the culture of our organization and what we've been able to sustain, when they come in, the older players, the veterans, whether it's me, we're all sounding boards there. So everybody kind of falls in line, but you also have to find your way. We have players from California, from Australia, Sweden. We have players from all over, and everyone wants to be here in the Mecca in New York.
All right, so summer's here. A lot of kids are going to be going to camp and everything. I have a little niece who loves basketball. What would you tell them right now, as they're maybe 11, 12 years old or whatever? What do they need to do to brush up on their skills so they can get ready for high school and college basketball? What do you tell the ones who are watching now?
I always
and mom
say,
and dads
yes,
too.
And I'll do 2 of those. For the kids, I would always say practice makes for habit. Practice doesn't make for perfect. And I see too many young kids now where they miss a shot, they get discouraged, and they just want to be perfect. no one's perfect. There's no one out there that's perfect. The guys, the women, none of us. We all make mistakes, but we have to learn from those mistakes. So practice makes for habit. For the parents, let your kids be kids. Like you can't look at your 5-year-old and be like, oh, he's the next Tiffany Prince, Tina Charles, LeBron James, Steph Curry. I saw him shoot the basketball. No, let them evolve and just keep supporting them, but at the same time give them structure. The parents who are there and support and give structure, but at the same time allow their wings to grow and fly, I think the kids turn out to be wonderful.
I love it. And you're about to be a first-time mom?
Yes, I am.
How's the journey so far?
It's been wonderful. That's why my girlfriends hate me, of course, because they're like, you don't have morning sickness, you don't have this, you don't have that. And I'm like, thank you, Lord. But, it's been great. It's 7 months. And so my husband and I, Steve Canal, he's been amazing. He's a great dad. And we're just looking forward to this little baby boy and bring him into the world and hopefully a better place than what we have right now.
And will he be shooting hoops as well?
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, mom and dad both shot hoops, so I think he'll have a little hoop as soon as he's born.
Okay.
Put the ball in his hand, right?
Right.
But then let him just go ahead and spread those wings and fly.
All right. Listen, so thank you so much for stopping by. Before you go, tell us what we can expect for the next couple of months over the summer from the New York Liberty. I know you said you have some theme nights and everything going on. Talk to us real quick about those one more time and how we can reach out to you guys.
Yes. So this month, obviously being Pride Month, we want to make sure you pay attention to June 23rd. 7:30 p.m. We're going to have our game. Make sure you're there at the Garden. You can go online to NewYorkLiberty.com and actually get tickets, learn more about what we're doing. We're on all social media channels, NY Liberty. You can find us Snapchat, Twitter,
Facebook,
Instagram, always fun stuff and fun content for our fans. And then later on, we're going to have some other theme nights, but I always focus on August 20th, which is going to be our unity game, focusing on social injustice. We partner with a lot of organizations that are going to come in, give our fans an experience, but at the same time, our players are going to show their unity on a court for what really matters.
Love it. And before you go, I know this is WNBA, but we're in the middle of the championships, the finals.
I know.
Cavs or Warriors? Who you got?
You know what? After I looked at it all, I said I had the Warriors in 6. And after game 1, what they were able to do, I don't know. It's going to be really interesting. But I never count out LeBron James. Never count him out.
Love it. All right. Thank you so much. Y'all, don't forget to holla at my girl, Swing Cash, representing the New York Liberty.